Moon phases in the southern hemisphere follow the same pattern as those in the northern hemisphere, but with some differences due to the perspective from which they are observed. In the southern hemisphere, the moon appears upside down compared to its appearance in the northern hemisphere. Despite this, the sequence of moon phases and their underlying mechanisms remain the same. Here is a detailed explanation of the moon phases in the southern hemisphere. New moon. As in the northern hemisphere, the new moon marks the beginning of the lunar cycle. In the southern hemisphere, the side of the moon that is not illuminated by the sun faces south, waxing crescent. As the moon moves slightly away from the sun's position, a thin secant shape becomes visible on the right side if you are facing north. This phase follows the same pattern of growth as seen in the northern hemisphere first quarter. The right half of the moon is illuminated, while the left half is in the shadow. It appears as a half moon shape with the illuminated side facing west. Waxing gibbous, the illuminated area of the moon continues to increase as it moves further along its orbit. The shape of the illuminated area is convex and faces west. Full moon, the earth is positioned between the sun and the moon, and the entire face of the moon that's visible from the southern hemisphere is fully illuminated. The full moon can be seen high in the sky with the illuminated side facing north. Waning gibbous, the moon's illumination starts to decrease from the right side. As observed from the southern hemisphere, it still remains mostly visible in the night sky. Last quarter, the left half of the moon is illuminated and the right half is in shadow. It appears as a half moon shape, but this time the illuminated side faces east. Waning crescents. As the moon moves closer to the sun's position, only a thin crescent of illumination is visible on the left side if you are facing north. This phase marks the end of the lunar cycle and precedes the next new moon. Remember that while the appearance and positions of the moon in a sky may be different in the southern hemisphere, the fundamental reasons behind the moon phases remain consistent. These phases result from the changing relative positions of the earth, the moon, and the sun as the moon orbits our planet.